Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I am running another game of Grimdark Future Firefight. This is the advanced rulebook, but I'm only using the basic rules out of this. And also, a little bit of a twist, I am using the kitchen table rules that are in the advanced rulebook to make the smaller play area work. But the big twist is I'm showing everybody how easy it is to play this game with dice instead of miniatures. I mean, we all have a bunch of dice laying around the house, right? It's a really good way to test factions you don't have before you print them out or order them or build them or paint them or whatever. And I, of course, got the idea from the amazing Adam L. Dobbyns, a game designer. He haunts a lot of the same Facebook groups that I'm in. And he came up with a game during the pandemic called Dice Legions, where he had dice be the units of the war. So I got the idea from him, and I said, well, OPR has created what I feel is probably the best wargaming system out there right now, and that is their Age of Fantasy, Grimdark Future Firefight, and so forth roles. And so I'm going to play Grimdark Future Firefight using Adam L. Dobbyns' idea of using dice for units. So let's introduce our teams. We have the Saurian Starhost, and this is our Saurian veteran. He is leading this team. He is backed up by a Gator. Okay, the Gator is a pretty good heavy infantry unit, basically, all by itself. 3 Saurian warriors. You know, these guys are pretty good with pistol, but mostly they're for up close fighting. Then we also have some Saurian Guardians. Now these guys, I have given mace shot, which gives them a decent range attack, as well as a decent up close and fighting. And then there is also the Deinonychus Rider, a little bit of cavalry into the game. So he's got a nice shock lance, and so there you go. I gave my commander Pack Hunter upgrade, which allows once per activation before attacking, pick up to 3 other friendly units within 12 inches. They may move up to 6 inches. So there's no real casting going on this side of the board. I don't think I have any casting on my other team, as you're going to see here very soon. But I don't have Saurian Starhost. I wanted to try to play Saurian Starhost, so this is my practice game with them to see how I like it. Over on the other side, opposing them on this crystalline battlefield, are the War Champion. It's the War Havoc brothers. So a little bit of chaos, I guess. Evil? I don't know. Whatever they're calling it in OPR. Still have yet to read the lore book. I need to get that on Drive-Thru RPG. Anyway, this is the War Champion. He is leading these troops. He has War Chant, which gives his units within, well, it's within 3 friendly units within 12 inches, Furious, which makes them better in hand-to-hand combat. He is backed up by the classic War Brothers. These are going to be the War Brothers. These War Brothers are much better in melee, but have a heavy pistol that they can use before they close. And then we have War Berserkers, yes, the favored of the War God. And they have energy swords and a plasma pistol. And yes, so plasma pistols and energy swords. The energy sword has rending. And then finally, they are backed up by a War Destroyer wearing the unholy armor that makes him a machine on the battlefield. And he has dual energy claws, and we'll be taking that to the enemy. I will be tracking the creatures that are tough, the models that are tough, I'll be tracking with the actual die itself. So I'm going to put them on 6 until they take a wound, and then I'm going to count them down from there. And that's pretty much it. I'll be using tokens, of course, as per usual. For those of you who've seen some of my OPR videos in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about. Everything is halved in kitchen table games, so the range is halved. I've tweaked the kitchen table rules to match what I want to do. So for the deployment areas, I'm like within 4 inches, not like they say put them anywhere you want. I'm gonna have them kind of close on each other and see how that goes. 4 rounds of combat. very minimal terrain, though they suggest more terrain, whatever. But I mean, for the smaller field, I thought that would be good. We're going to place objectives now. We're just using the standard. So there's going to be 4 objectives. And I want to give them towards the middle because I think that's where the combat needs to happen. So I'm just going to place them randomly. They are more than 4.5 inches apart, which is half because 9 inches is the usual. So I'm placing those to be our objectives, looking for, they need to hold those objectives for them to win this battle. If the Saurian Starhost seizes a objective, I will use these tokens to indicate that. And if the War Havoc brothers seize an objective, they will be marked with that. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to roll off for deployment. And so the Saurian Starhost will deploy first. So we're going to come right out with the Deinonychus Rider. And we're going to put that one... He's not tough, believe it or not. So I can put on any number I want, but I'm going to put him right about here behind these trees, ready to rush out into the center to go get those objectives. Next up, we're going to put out one of the War Berserkers. They are going here behind these trees. Then back and forth, of course. Saurian Warrior here behind this crystalline. We're going to put a War Brother there. No, War Berserker. Sorry, this is the War Brother. That's War Berserker. I will get it straight. That's my only mistake I'm going to make this game. All right, then we're going to throw out a Saurian Guardian. So we're going to put them right here, tucked into that little rock there. Back to another War Berserker. We're going to put these 2 guys next to each other. They're going to head for that. And then I'm going to team up this one as well. And then I'm going to team up this one. This War Brother is going to go there. So we're going to get a team of 3 here. They're going to try to go and take that and then protect it. That's my strategy, at least. Don't let my opponent know. Then the War Havoc Destroyer. He's going to go straight up the middle. And then we're going to... You know what? Maybe... yeah, too late. I'm going to do that. And then the leader is going to go right behind the War Destroyer. I think he's on the board. Yep. And then we'll throw out the Gator and the Warhost Veteran. Saurian Veteran. Okay. So that's deployment. Now we're going to roll to see who activates first. And that's going to be the Havoc brothers. So let's go straight for this. So 6 inches is a rush, and they have seized the first objective. And of course, they're just going to match them over here. This black tokens will indicate activation, and they have seized that objective. So we're going to do a lot of seizing of objectives in this first round. I'm going to be tracking the rounds with this D4, by the way. So they have seized that, and he is activated. And then once again, I'm going to rush over here, seize that. They're not messing around and going straight for it. Plus, with the limited battlefield, it makes it easier to seize those objectives, but it's also going to make it crazier when they get at each other to try to contest those. So back over to the War Havoc brothers. I'm going to throw in some support here. It's going to go here. Help take out some of the people coming that direction. Same here. I think that's on camera. Let's see if he's on camera there. I think so. We'll put him over here. That'll make it for sure. All right. Then he's going to bring up, he's going to come up against this crystal and lend support. All right, so the Gator moves up behind that crystal, keeping under cover until they are able to get within range. Then the War Destroyer coming out right up the middle as well. So he's activated. Then we got a couple more. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Saurian Starhost has three more units then. But they're both 1,000-point armies, by the way. These are both 1,000-point armies using OPR Army Forge 4. Grimdark Future Firefight. And the boss is going to go up right here next to the War Destroyer. They're going to be a tandem as of right now, I suppose. And finally, a Deinonychus Rider is going to go right up the gut. All right, so that is the end of round 1, 2-2. So we're moving into the second round. Pick up the activation tokens. And the team that finished activating first last round goes first this round. So that is our War Havoc brothers. So we're going to bring up the War Berserker is going to try to, it's going to move 3 inches to this stone here, or close to this stone here, and fire on one of them over there, on one of these Saurian warriors. So he's got, what's the range on that pistol? 12 inches, so that's 6 inches. Yep, within range. And he's going to unleash his heavy pistol, one shot, AP 1, and he misses. He has a quality of 3, but that was a miss. So, bam, missed. All right. So, they're not to be outdone. He's going to move this Saurian warrior. He's going to move up behind this rock here and fire at that War Berserker. He has a pistol as well. He's going to fire it off. He has a quality of 4. And that is a hit. No AP or anything like that on that pistol. So that War Berserker has a defense of 3 up. Yep. And bing, pistol shot flies off of his armor. That is activated, that guy. Okay. Trying to get into combat, but also softening up with their pistols. We're going to send this War Berserker forward, and he is going to fire at the same guy. I have him touching rocks. I'm going to say he has cover, so he's going to get +1 to his defense. There's one shot with that pistol, with his heavy. Oh, I'm sorry. These were plasma pistols. So that's one shot with AP 4. All right, so he does hit AP 4 with the plasma pistol. So that's going to be a 6 up for the Saurian warrior. And he fails. So he takes 1 wound. And he has to make a wound test. And he is shaken. He is shaken. So blue token means shaken. All right. So that is that. Moving over to this side. The other warrior over here is going to fire vengeance for his friend. Those plasma pistols are pretty nasty. So he's going to fire off his pistol. And he hits. And defense of 3 up. Yeah, with no AP on their pistols. We're going to need to get in the... Ooh, he failed. He too is stunned. Or not shaken, wounded. And he has to make a wound test. And he dies. Wow, lucky pistol shot right off the bat, man. Woo! So, 1 War Berserker removed from the battlefield. Okay. And that was him. He activated. Lucky shot. And so that brings us over here. I think we're going to send the War Brothers forward. Let's see if they could get... He's going to fire on the Deinonychus Rider. He's got a pretty clear shot, so he's going to fire off. He has a heavy rifle, well within range. 1 die, AP 1. And he has a quality of 3, so he hits. And it has AP 1. Now the Deinonychus Rider has a 5 up defense. Ugh, so it's a 6 up here. And he fails, so he takes a wound. And now we have to determine whether he is shaken or whether this was a... Oh my goodness. Bam! Deinonychus Rider blown off the field before he could even activate, thanks to a nice shot from the War Brother heavy rifle. So, ouch. All right, moving back over to the Saurian Starhost I'm going to save that for, I mean, they could answer it back with their Saurian Guardians, I guess. With their mace shot. All right, so yeah, he's going to move 3 inches. He's going to advance and fire on that War Brother. Havoc Brother. So he gets 2 shots with his mace shot, AP 1. So his quality is 3. That's 2 hits. The War Brother, of course, has really good defense because of that power armor they're wearing. So that is a 4-up because of the AP 1. And he saves both. Boom. Ting ting off of the armor. All right, so that was that Guardian. Back over here, we've got another War Brother. And he's going to move up and return fire on the one that fired on his brother. And so it's 1 shot with a heavy, 1 shot with a heavy rifle at AP 1. All right, that's a hit. So AP 1. So the Guardians, they're wearing decent armor as well. And so it's a 4-up and makes it. So safe. And that is that activation for that War Brother. But they're moving on and firing their bolters as they go, or whatever kind of weapons they're using. All right, back to them. He's going to sneak around here, take a shot at those War Brothers as well. Fire off at this guy here, the closest target for him. 2 dice with that mace. Oh my goodness. Quality 3, only 1 hit. AP 1 on the mace shot. And so 4 ups, and he makes the save. So that Guardian on War Brother. Pretty good matchup. I like it. Back to the Havoc Brothers. I guess we're going to bring in the Destroyer now. The Destroyer doesn't have any ranged attack. And is not within range of any enemies. So he's going to rush right up and start taking some fire. Right into the middle. Heading to try to seize an objective. Okay, so lots more for the Saurian Starhost, but that's it for the War Havoc Brothers. All right, so we've got another Saurian warrior over here. Probably won't be able to do much with the range because I think they only have 12 inches. They only have a pistol, so I'm just going to move up here and get ready to help support in the middle of the battlefield. And then our Saurian veteran who's leading this team is also going to move up here and kind of get into a better position for next round, which brings us to round 3. Still tie game. Okay, so let's get rid of these activation tokens and get into round 3. Oh man, I forgot about the war chant and I forgot about the pack hunter abilities, darn it. Okay, but that's okay because it's even on both sides, right? So let's do that now at the beginning of round 3. We're gonna, well no, this one, his works on his activation. I should have activated him earlier. Get some mobility here. But the war chant, we need to do that now. So up to 3 within 12 inches of the leader. So that's within 6 inches. So that guy is gonna get war chant. Make this purple. He's got war chant, which is just in time for them to get into melee combat. I don't think the destroyer, is the destroyer within 6 inches? Oh my gosh. They barely touched. We're just going to give it to them. They barely touched it. So those 3 units get War Chant. So they have Furious. And if they already have Furious, which the War Destroyer does have, then he Furious is on 5s and 6s. So that'll be fun. Okay. All the preliminary stuff is done. Let's get her done. So we are going to... the Havoc Brothers have first activation. This War Brother is going to, he's going to charge, which will activate his Furious. He is Furious when charging. Unmodified 6, deal 1 extra hit. So he's going to attack here. He gets 2 attacks. He gets 2 attacks with close. No, he gets 1 attack with a close combat weapon. And his quality is 3, so that's a hit. No furious. No AP with his close combat weapon. So the save is a 3-up. Armor on armor. Ooh, he takes a wound. Got through with that close combat weapon, so he needs to make a wound test, and that's 5, so he's shaken. So he is shaken. All right, so I guess not too worried about that. I'm not gonna activate him yet. Let's do something else instead. Now that puts him within. So for the objectives, it's 3 inches. You seize or contest or whatever. So I've just been making it 1 inch because 1/2 inch is too much to measure. So within 1 inch, he has not yet contested that objective. All right, so that's that. Okay, so that is his activation. Oh wait, he's stunned. He can strike back, but he's just exhausted. Yeah, forgot. Let's do it. So he gets 2 attacks with his mace, no AP, strike back, and needs 6s to hit because he's shaken, and so he doesn't get it. So they move apart a die length, and that is his turn. All right, now to help unclog this, he's going to let the gator take on him, and he's going to charge this guardian. The Saurian guardian is going to charge this guy with his mace, and so that's 2 hits. He has Predator, which each unmodified rolls 6 to hit. When attacking, this model may roll +1 attack with that weapon. So get another attack. There you go. And so that's 3 hits on that War Brother. So 3 hits at no AP. And he has a 3-up save because he's wearing power armor. Oof. 2 get through. Ouch. So we gotta make a wound test for him. That's it. Wow, that was a heck of a charge. Knocked him off the battlefield, knocked him down. He's done. All right, so he didn't even get to use his War Chant ability. Blessed to him by his. All right, so whew. All right, so next up. Well, you know what? It's right there happening in front of him. The War Destroyer cannot take that affront. So he is going to attack this Guardian. He's got Furious. So Furious on a 5+. And he is going to attack with 4 attacks. And these are not AP, but they are rending. He's using a dual energy claw. So that is 3 hits. And that is no AP and no rending, so all straight up saves on a 3-up for the Saurian Guardian and his armor. Saves 2, takes 1. All right. Let's see. Takes 1. Wait. Yeah, that wound token was on him, so that's actually another one. So, wait. It's been there for some reason, so I guess it's been there. I have to take back the tape to figure it out, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, live streaming, folks. That's what I like to do here. It's just me playing. This is the way it goes. All right, so he's got to make he should have been shaken, though, right? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. All right, so he is still alive, but he is shaken. And so he strikes back. Has hits on 6s and no hits, and they move apart, so he's in real bad trouble. So he's activated both of those. Back to the Starhost. He is going to go over here. He's going to charge this guy, and that will contest the objective, and he is going to attack the War Berserker who also is wearing really good armor and has an energy sword and a plasma pistol. But the energy sword is the thing you have to watch out for. He himself is only sporting a close combat weapon, but it's a 2-attack weapon. And it is... Predator means if he rolls a natural 6, he gets to roll another attack. And so that is 2 hits, no AP on this War Berserker. 2 hits, no AP, 3-up save. And he saves both of them. Now he's going to strike back. And he has a energy sword. And that's 2 dice, 1 rending, and he also has frenzy. Frenzy counts having furious and gets AP +1 when charging. So he is not charging, but he is attacking. So this is going to be 2 attacks, rending, AP 1. So there's a render, and that is also attack. So he has to save against an AP 4, first of all, 6 up. And he doesn't, so he takes a wound. And then he also has to save against a regular one, and he does not. Uh-oh, that's 2 wounds. And he makes a wound test. And he is still up, but he is shaken. All right. Now he can, yeah. So that's that. So they break apart, and he has activated, but he is shaken. Now this guy is exhausted, but he is going to attack anyway to hope to seize back that objective. So he's hitting on 6s, and he has an energy sword, 2 attacks, 1 AP, rending, hitting on 6s, and he misses both. Must be more than fatigue. So he can strike back, but he is also exhausted, hitting on 6s with his close combat weapons. Hits 1. And so, and he fails. Ouch. So the exhausted, shaken Saurian warrior manages to get a shot back. Not enough to kill him. So he is shaken as well. And neither of them can contest this. So it is free and open to someone else to come in. All right, so that was his activation. All right, so now that brings us to the Saurians. All right, so this warrior is going to move up 3 inches. He's going to fire at this War Destroyer. So he has a pistol, and it is 1 attack, no AP, and he hits. And Predator only works when attacking with that weapon, but it doesn't indicate which weapon. I'm gonna say it counts. So he's got 1 hit in. Nope, so just 1 hit anyway. And so he's saving against one of those. Oh my gosh, he failed it. But he is tough. All right, so like I said, he's taken 1 wound. He's taken 1 wound. When he hits 3, he'll be done. And he's not shaking because he's tough. All right, what we got here? So now it's the Havoc brothers. So the boss man is going to go over here. Is he within an inch? Oh, maybe I should go 1.5 inches. Yeah, let's go 1.5 inches. So he's going to seize that one. I mean, I can change the game as I go, right? 1.5 inches is half. I'm supposed to be following the rules, right? So he's going to fire on that guy who is shaken. So that's crazy. So he has a champion heavy rifle, 2 attack rolls, and a AP 1 and quality 3. And that's 2 hits, no extra things, so 2 hits. The warrior is going to save on a 4-up. Oh, is it AP 1? It doesn't matter. It's AP 1, so it's a 5-up, and he failed big time. So that's 2 failed rolls. So that is 4 wounds total. And he is out of the battlefield. All right. 2 casualties on each side, and that is the Havoc champion, war champion. All right, so that brings us now to, let's see here. We're going to activate him, and he's going to move him forward 3 inches because it's everything's halved. Move him forward 3 inches with his ability. You can move him ahead 3 inches. And this is no longer controlled by them, so he is going to move up 3 inches and seize that for his team. And he has a veteran pistol, which has a 12-inch range, which is only 6 inches, which is enough to target that stunned, or I'm sorry, shaken war berserker over there. So he's going to fire off his pistol, his veteran pistol, 2 attacks and 1 hit. So they have to save against 1 hit, and they have a 3-up save, no AP. And he saved, so no damage there. And that was the boss man. And so over to the Havoc brothers, like I said, I think they're out of activations. And so he's just going to unshake him, and then he's going to have him attack. He's going to charge him. So the Gator has Predator, Fearless, and Tough. All right. Fearless is whenever a unit with monos fails a morale test, roll 1 die. 4+ can't. So we haven't had to test morale yet. So this is going to be a big fight here between these two. So the Gator is attacking with his 2 times bludgeons and has lance. So he gets AP2 when charging. So it's 2 attacks at AP2. And he hits both. AP2 for the War Destroyer is 5-up defense. And he fails both of them. So that brings him up to 3 wounds. And he has to take a... and he is fine, but he is shaken. Even shaken, he's going to strike back. He hits on 6s anyway because he is shaken. So he is going to, he gets 4 attacks. Hitting on 6s, rending though. And hits none of them. Okay. So they break apart and he is done. Has not taken any wounds. All right, so that is it. So we're at round 4, and in round 4, looking like 1, 2, 3, 4 currently. 4. Yes. Okay. 2-2. So we'll see what happens here in the final round. All right, let's get these activation tokens off the board. All right, and let's see what happens. All right, so the War Havoc brothers get to activate first. So he is going to attack, move on in. This War brother is going to move up with his close combat weapon and attack. Gets 1 attack. Yeah, because I gave him heavy rifle, so they have regular close combat weapon. So he gets 1 attack. Hits, and he is furious, and he is charging. So that is... an additional hit. So it's 2 hits that he has to save against, and that is no AP, and he saves on a 3-up, and he saves 1 but not the other. So he already has 1 wound, so he's going to take another wound, and he's going to make a wound test, and he is still around but shaken. So he's going to strike back, but he strikes back on 6s, and he has a mace hitting on 6s. Nope, misses. All right, so that's that. He is activated. However, yeah, it's still in control there because he did not come within 1.5 inches. So, over to the Saurian Starhost. He's going to try to. They're going to try to finish him off. Gator's going to charge in and attack their War Destroyer while he's shaken. He gets. oh my gosh, I think I did that wrong. He actually gets 4 attacks. So he gets his bash attacks, both hit. So he has to save against that at 3 ups, and he saves against both. Wow, okay. And then he gets 2 bludgeoning with Lance, which is AP2 to these attacks. So one of them hits at AP2. So he saves on a 5 up, and he fails to save. So he has to make a wound test, and he is done. So they removed the War Destroyer from the battle. I didn't give out War Chant, so we'll give him War Chant. He already has it. Okay. So he is done. All right. Are they down to 50% yet? 1, 2, 3. They are. At the end of this round, they would have to make a morale test, but it doesn't matter because the end of the round is the end of the game. All right. So over to the Havoc brothers. Oh, man. So he's going to charge this guy who is shaken and try to take him out. All right. So he has a close combat weapon of 1, hitting on 3s. Probably just shot at him. He's much better at shooting. You know what? Nobody wants to get over to that objective. Yeah. So he's going to attack. Oh, he missed with a 2. Ugh. And then so he's going to strike back, but he strikes back on 6s. He only gets 2 attacks with his claws, I guess. Oh my gosh, 1 hit. Even shaken, he's managing to do something. And he fails. Wow, okay, so he is now at 1 wound. And they break apart, and he has activated. So this, he's going to attack. He's going to charge and attack to help keep him from going. He has 2 attacks with his close combat weapons, and he gets 1 hit. The boss man has a 3-up save. There's no AP. And he fails, so that's 2 wounds now. And he's going to strike back, but he's fatigued, so he is hitting only on 6s. And he fails, and they move apart, and they have both activated. Okay. Unshake him. That's their activation. I'll unshake him because why not? And then that brings us back to Havoc brothers, who do not have an activation because they've been unshaken. And yeah, so it's looking like that's pretty much it. We're gonna have the boss. We're gonna have the Saurian veteran fire off his veteran pistol at the leader to see if he can take him out towards the end here. He misses. So that was that. No need to move anybody forward. And it ends up being a tie. They battle to a draw because, well, let's see. If I unshake him, yeah, so that's it. I unshook him, right? Yeah, he was shaken. Yeah, so yep, that's it. Tie game. So they fought to a standstill, but if we look at it attrition-wise, the Havoc brothers took bigger losses, but at the same time, I believe their deity enjoys that, so maybe they did win. So that was that. That is playing Grimdark Future Firefight, Adam Dobbyns style, using dice as units. So that's how easy it is, and that's how great this system is. So thank you for watching. If you have any comments about what went on here and whether you agree with me on this or not, or whether you think this is a good idea or bad idea, whatever, let me know in the comments below. Thank you once again for watching. So till next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.